What separates us from other killers is we only kill bad people. Usually. Unless there's a mistake.
James, it's good to see you again.
You, man.
Now, Vigilante is a real scene stealer. The entire cast is awesome. It's a fantastic ensemble, but Vigilante is just, I grew up reading those Vigilante comics. He's a very take on Vigilante, but I want to ask you, how is this Vigilante sort of a foil that sort of helps Peacemaker's arc? And also, was there at any point any other character you were considering to be that sort of foil, that sort of buddy?
There might have been, but I can't remember if I really considered anybody. I pretty much went with Vigilante quickly. I always liked Vigilante in the comics, but I wanted to create a Vigilante that was like, okay, this is really a guy who puts on a superhero costume and walks around and murders people that he thinks did wrong. And if that guy really existed, who would he be? And you come up with the character that he's playing, which is very off, But Freddie is such a wonderful actor that he's able to pull that off, this sociopath, yet simultaneously being lovable in a strange way and having an innocence about him within all of that. And there's just this loyalty and love of Peacemaker that is obsessive, really, that I love. So, yeah.
The first 3 episodes reveal that Peacemaker is the son of White Dragon and Leota is the daughter of Amanda Waller. And I thought that was a very interesting thing that your 2 main characters really are the children of villains. Now, villains that are very different.
Yeah.
They wouldn't like each other, but they're each driven by their own sort of self-righteous zeal and all.
Right.
If you could talk about sort of that, why it was important to make your 2 heroes the children of villains and what that kind of says about your show and what you want to say with it.
Well, I think they're both people that are sort of entrapped by who their parents are, and in very different ways. Leota has much more independence from her mother than Peacemaker does from his father. Peacemaker is still desperate for his father's approval, where I think Leota has made up her own mind about the way she wants to live, and it's not as her mother's daughter. So I think that they're very different in that respect. I do definitely think Leota is a more evolved human being, but she has her issues as well. And I think that one of the most interesting things about the show for me is they're both these characters who have such different belief systems. They come from such different places, and yet the true love story of the show is between the 2 of them, not romantic love, not sexual love, but just this genuine appreciation for who each other is as a human being. They're genuinely fond of each other and like each other and share a sense of humor. And that is sort of the heart of the story. And that probably is partially because they do have, although their belief systems are different, their personalities have some things that are similar because they both come from these sort of power-hungry parents who are intent on dominating everything around them.
I also want to ask about Project Butterfly. I spent so much time trying to Google to see, is there some deep cut comics inspiration for that I'm missing?
There is not. I wrote a script called Butterflies when I was very young, one of the first scripts I ever wrote, and I just sort of stole some of the stuff from that script, and that's where it came from. And I like the idea of doing a show that was so grounded and so real in so many ways, but also had this sort of ridiculous, over-the-top science fiction horror story behind it.
Well, thank you so much.
No, it's all good, Jim. Thanks, man. Thanks.